hearing voices, running around calling the police, shooting up people's vehicles and houses. So they gave him a top secret security clearance.
Purchase your tracks today.
And then he went on a secure base where everybody's disarmed in a victim disarmament area and shot everybody. So now we've got to give our guns up. And Rick Warren basically says he forgives American gun owners for killing his son. More of this. You know what? You keep your guilt, okay? And you rewrite the Bible like you say you need to, amend it and everything. And you keep your guilt to yourself, you psychological warfare parasite. And I said I want to open the phones up for people that have had good effects, bad effects, hallucinations, psychotic breaks on the antidepressants as they're Orwellianly named.
Purchase your tracks today.
Called in. Said she had a positive effect. So we'll go to her first, and then Bert, Michael, Travis, Eric, and others. Valerie, tell us about your positive effect and what you're taking.
Well, I'm taking 3 antidepressants, and they have absolutely saved my life. I was so disabled. I was dead all the time. I was crying all the time. And they finally hospitalized me because no one knew what was wrong with me. And at the last resort, put me on some antidepressants. And it was like a miracle. I got my life back after being a zombie. And within days, I was able to sit up in a chair, which I hadn't been able to do for months. Within weeks, I was able to drive a car again. And within months, I was painting the kitchen. So I'm very thankful.
What are you on, Valerie?
Okay, Remember
Purchase your tracks today.
I take at night. I was on Lexapro, which I love. I will admit there is a side effect. It's a cardiac side effect. So I had to go off of Lexapro. Now I'm on Cymbalta. And I also take Wellbutrin.
They even have one that uses the term where they drugged people in Brave New World. They even use the same name, SOPA.
Right.
Soma. Yeah.
Soma, yes, I read that. But I have to say, though,
Purchase your tracks today.
I was totally disabled. I was dead all the time. I could not walk from one room to another without exhausting myself. I couldn't drive a car. I couldn't sit up in a chair.
Sure. I've actually talked to medical doctors about this. Let's say 15% of the time you have the side effects and want to kill your children or commit suicide or think you're God or become a nymphomaniac. I mean, there's all sorts of things that they admit these drugs do. But let's say for 85% of people, it helps them. My issue is, because of the GMO, the hydrofluorosilicic acid, the lack of good nascent iodine in the population studies show, a lot of people are already chemically unbalanced. And so, it's true, but St. John's wort in double-blind studies did better than Prozac. Turmeric and other things have been shown to have better effects than psychotropics. So it's true for some people, because you're already chemically imbalanced, it now brings you into a better balance. So undoubtedly, these drugs can do that, and that's why I wanted to open the phones up for people that have had a good effect as well. So we're going to go to break and back with Bert, Michael, Aaron, and Eric, and many others, but we appreciate your testimony on this. Were you eating any GMOs or fluoride water or things like the different artificial salts like MSG before you got in this depressed mode, or what happened to get you depressed?
Well, it was actually the perfect storm of several things, a combination of menopause, hypothyroidism, and extreme stress.
There you go.
But I did want to add that it's very important to be constantly under the advice of a good psychiatrist. That you can't just take these and just go on by yourself. You have to.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you, ma'am.
The Alex Jones channel is the official page of the InfoWar. But don't miss what's happening on our other channels. The InfoWarrior, with the week's best videos. Prison Planet Live, where Paul Joseph Watson gives his expert analysis. And keep up with the rest of the InfoWars crew on our other pages. All of our videos are available to repost for educational purposes. See the sidebar of the
Purchase your
Alex Jones
tracks
channel
today.
for the subscription links. And remember, you can always find our videos in the highest quality by becoming a member of PrisonPlanet.tv.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's being dubbed the Wrong-a-nado, or a tornado of disinformation, lies, and Bravo Sierra. That article's up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com right now. Piers Turgeon
Purchase your tracks today.
and other mainstream media hacks have been slammed over Wrong-NATO of Navy Yard shooting coverage. And we're going to go over the Wrong-NATO after we take some calls, and Congressman Walter Jones. I just combined the name Walter Jones joins us. Walter Joins. Walter Joins will be joining us coming up at the bottom of the hour to talk about how to impeach Obama. Hey, you can't blame me for conflating Walter Jones's name with Walter Jones will join us to Walter Joins when I'm already looking at other conflated names like Wrong Tornado, Wrong NATO, Ovamet, Piers Turgeon, or Turden. And so, I don't know, it's my own stress therapy to make fun of these tyrants instead of just absolutely hating them, because then that gives me an ulcer and we can't have that, can we? Thank you for joining us. We're now into the second hour today. Well, you had a gun-free zone, and you had a guy with a national security clearance, top secret, who had been calling the police over and over again, staying in hotels, saying that the government was microwave beaming and mind controlling him. He's either schizophrenic or under mind control. There's real mind control programs, so that could be it. MK Ultra, MK Naomi, MK, you name it. Theodore Kaczynski was MK Ultra. That's Declassified. Yeah, the Unabomber was MK Ultra. Didn't know that? LA Times, look it up. But I said it could be somebody going postal, probably on a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, so-called antidepressant. So I thought we'd open the phones up. We just took one of them. We're going right back to them right now. From people that have taken it and liked what happened or not liked what happened. Because you read about in any of the inserts from Prozac 32 years ago to the new stuff that's out today. How do you pronounce this? Cymbalta, the lady that just called said she was on Cymbalta, but had to get off of it because of heart problems. So we thought we would look it up. She said it was great. She was totally depressed, couldn't get out of bed, was crying all the time. And I said to her, I think you probably needed iodine, Mason iodine. And I was thinking, I bet this lady was hitting menopause. Just like the old wives' tales, they knew the herbs to give women when they got near menopause, to either put menopause off a while or to make it smoother. And all the big studies I was mentioning to her, you can look them up. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an MD, and I'm not a naturopath. Just I've done the research. Go look it up. St. John's wort, double-blind studies, better than Prozac. On and on and on. Different roots, ginseng, you name it. It's all on record. Incredible stuff that plants do. Mary Jane has a lot of great effects for people that are having problems of stomach aches, menopause, you name it. Go look it up. And sure enough, she goes, yeah, I had hyperthyroidism and I was going into menopause. And this is standard now. They tell women, after you have a child, you're going to be depressed a little bit because you lost your placenta and the high of all those hormones. They don't tell you that's normal. Go out, get some exercise, whatever. No, they say, oh my gosh, if we want to put you on a bunch of drugs. She's on 3 of them. You heard her. So, going into menopause, hey, take some psychotropics. Hey, had a car wreck. Your back's hurt. You're depressed. Psychotropics. And then you have all these problems, and they sit there and tweak them. And for some people, it works okay, except for the side effects. I want to read to you from the drug that she said that she was on, spelled Cymbalta, one of the newer popular ones here. Cymbalta Oral. And they have Cymbalta Pill. Here it is. Sleep disorders. Let me read these to folks. This is from their site. Heart attack. Having a rapid heart action. Hemorrhaging of blood under the skin. Well, that's always fun. Hepatitis just eats your liver. What's wrong with it? You don't need your liver. You don't need to be alive. Stevens-Johnson syndrome. Abnormal liver function test. Bruises. Life-threatening allergic reactions. Mood changes. Suicidal thoughts. having thoughts of suicide, aggressive behavior, discharge of milk in men. Oh, that's always good. And open your own Borden's Dairy or something. Or women when not breastfeeding, not feeling well, easily angered or annoyed, extreme discomfort in the calves, high cholesterol. You may keep going. That's only a fraction of it. So, meanwhile, the media ignores and buries the fact that he's under psychiatric care on reported drugs. They won't say which ones. Just like the Batman shooter took us 9 months to learn when he was on. Harris, Klebold, Adam Lanza, Kip Kinkle, on and on and on and on and on. It says it can make you cause psychotic breaks and mass murder. It says it can make you a maniac. You know the cool part about it? I don't take any of this. I feel like a maniac. I feel really good right now. I'm crazed, and there's never any really valleys except maybe at like 10 o'clock at night if I'm overworked or something. They would say, oh, that's mania. No, it's called being red-blooded and alive. That's what it's called. Jerks. It's called loving beauty and innocence and things that are good. That's what it's called. That's what it's called, ladies and gentlemen, and they would call it insane because you can't be happy without drugs. You can't be happy without the Prozac tree. By the river of other psychotropic and pharmacological drugs that flows by as the suicide rates. Last time I heard it was triple in under 20s and double in the general public, and then all-time records in the military because they're putting them on the drugs. The drugs make a small percentage of people commit suicide. And they make a small percentage of people go out and murder people if they admit it. You're like, well, what's the big deal? What's 20% of the population? We crossed that Rubicon a couple years ago of 320 million people. Let's do the math. 20, 40, 60. 62 million people. 62 million people are on psychotropic hallucinogen drugs. Now you know the rest of the story. And so if you get 15% of people having side effects, 5% mania, 2% suicide, 3% psychotic break. Oh, let's have 62 million people having what's 3% of well, that was just one drug we were looking at. What's 3% of 62 million? How many psychotic breaks is that? 3% of 62 million. That's a lot of people running around doing stuff. And so their answer is blame us. So let's go to your calls now. Bert in Texas, what is your take on this? Have you had good side effects, bad side effects? I mean, I guess if you're Jeffrey Dahmer, it's a good side effect to kill people. I'm sorry, go ahead.
They were real bad. I took Cymbalta and Wellbutrin, and when I took those two medications, they put me on one first, and it did cause suicidal thoughts. And I was driving there. I live in San Antonio, and I was driving on this highway where they're building a new bridge, and the thought just came into my head to drive off the bridge. And I was like, I need to stop taking this. And I went back to the doctor, and he tried to pump me with another one, with the Wellbutrin. He's like, well, that one does cause that to happen. He admitted it to me. And after I looked it up and saw all the side effects, I was like, wow, I can't believe I was taking this. And so he prescribed Wellbutrin to me, and I threw it in the trash, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to go to church, and I'm not taking these drugs.
Well, let me say this, and I'm no medical doctor, but you should look it up. We've had medical doctors on, as well as psychologists and psychiatrists. I guess they're medical doctors as well, the psychiatrists. Let me explain something. If you go off these, you better go off them very slow. Over several months is what I've read, and doctors have said. And you need to supplement it as you go off of them with natural herbs that will help you naturally. But, I mean, most people, I'm telling you, you're designed to help others. If you're depressed, go to the Salvation Army. Help homeless people. Old men, you name it. See how bad off they are. And it's not the goody two-shoes that'll suddenly make you feel good. It's that helping people just automatically makes your brain go, I'm a good person. I need to not die for the tribe. You're just sitting around and watching TV all day, unhappy, going into menopause, you're eating GMO, your thyroid's fried. Of course you feel like killing yourself. But if you go out and help homeless people, or you go out and visit old people at the nursing home with your dog, just say, I want to, and the old people are like, you care about me, you want to talk to me, and it's nothing like hanging out with old people, folks. It just makes the spirit soar. I can't explain what it is. It's about being with the elders. That will help you. Go help people in nursing homes. Go help homeless people. Go pick up tin cans on the side of the road and sell them. Start a garden. They've shown psychologically starting a garden will help you. But whatever you do, go off it slowly. God bless you, Bert. Thank you for telling your testimony. Let's talk to Eric in Tennessee. Eric, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Welcome, my friend.
Yes, sir. Kudos to you, Alan. God bless you and our most.